So both of you have done some acting, unless I'm incorrect from your IMDb pages. Kelsey, do you do any acting at all?
I played a dead body in my movie, so if you
that counts, that counts. Yes.
That's hilarious. It sounds like then you have produced a film.
Yeah. So, I mean, in that aspect, I've acted, but nothing near to Jennifer, I'm sure.
Well, totally fine. Yeah, it's funny how the genre works in that, or this genre works in that way. There's so many times where I'll be on set and somebody's like, we need.
Can you do this right now?
Yeah. Like, all right, here's my, put makeup on. Let's just do this. But I do not like being in front of the camera, so I totally get it. So then Jennifer, this one's going to be aimed mostly at you. How is it that you prepare for a role in horror? I know that can be something that's very like emotionally draining. So maybe you want to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. Well, about 2 years ago, I wrote a short film based on a true crime, like an actual true crime that happened. So basically, I did as much research as I could, because I'm obsessed with true crime too. So that was like an easy homework thing for me to do, and I just really tried to, soak in everything that I could, and then when it came time to shoot it. I knew the kind of state that I wanted to be in, during each scene and each take. So I kind of distanced myself, and I do this as my horror hostess character when I'm doing like short films for that too, because I play this evil, vicious, seductress, evil woman that will drink your blood within seconds, So I like to distance myself from the other actors and not like be chummy with them like during downtime or whatever, so that when it does come to the performance, I'm able to give like 1,000% that I can. Sometimes seclusion really helps me kind of figure out my thoughts, and just really calms me, so that when it does come time to go be ravenous or whatever, I can just totally bring it. So those are just kind of some of the things that I do. But when researching a role, I mean, I'll do my homework, or I'll try and make backstory for the character and just really read the script over and over and over again and just get it into my body.
That's amazing. And I must say, I really want to see this character. I'm a little scared.
She's not nice. Just warn you, she's not nice. No.
Maybe we'll leave her for like not during the Q.
Yeah. Okay. We'll leave her off.
So then, Kelsey, as a director, then you've got a pretty big job of getting these characters or these people, these actors, to that place. Do you have any ways that you prepare as a director to really get your actors in that right headspace, so that you don't end up with these cheesy slasher moments?
Every film has kind of been different. I think like one of my major things has been, I've been really lucky in that I've been in the same space, like living with these actors for a couple of days to kind of like sit with them a little bit, figure out what makes them scared. But what's interesting about my films is that there's never been like a slasher moment, nothing particularly. Like they're all really more psychological or even like dark humor. Asking for a Friend was very much like, yes, let's freak out together, but how can we make this funny without going over the top in that aspect? And I think it really goes into making sure that, first of all, like casting is the most important thing. I mean, I don't think I would bring someone onto a project if I felt like they were going to take anything I wrote over the top. But yeah, for me, it's just figuring out what the actors need. And it's always different. I mean, I've worked with Lizzie Brochet on The Fourth Wall, was very method. And so she was scaring the crap out of no one could talk to her. So, and when they told me, I would go talk to her, and I mean, sometimes it's just about letting them loose, kind of letting them do their own thing. I've been lucky in the sense that I haven't needed to like really coach anybody to a place I needed them to get, because I think people understood what was on the page so well that and we all kind of had this like one mind thing on both sets that I didn't really need to prepare my actors. All I did was prepare them to get covered in blood, the boat's sinking, like, do you know how to swim? We're putting you in a lake. Because everything we've done has been so physical. So yeah, that's kind of like, it really just depends on the film, the actor, what they need, and what they're understanding from a scene versus like, you know, just making sure we're on the same page as to motivation.
Awesome. And it sounds like, just from my own experience working with directors, I don't think there's enough directors who are brave enough to let the actors kind of just do that. It can be kind of a control situation. So it sounds like you're a great collaborator in that you can really feel it out. And it sounds like you can tell when somebody needs a little push, but you've gotten very lucky. That's awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, I think like the movie making process, I mean, it should be a collaboration. I think directors who go into things thinking like I'm an island and almost distancing themselves from their actors and saying like, okay, be scared and then walking away. That is how you get cheesy performances. Like every scene is about like, let's talk this through. What scares you or what would frighten you in this moment and how, you know, or do you think you'd be frightened in this moment? Because it's a lot about like intuition, and I'm not in that character's shoes, they are. So yeah, absolutely, collaboration, key.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit about this yesterday too with another actor, and she had mentioned that there was a moment even when she was working with a male director, or male writer director, where she even stopped and was like, my character wouldn't make this decision. That doesn't make sense for me. And so yeah, it sounds like it's great that like you're able to like hear those kinds of feedback and really like allow things to kind of flow. And projects always come out better that way. That's amazing that you're doing that.
That's the one thing about horror, is that you really have to make it like real and realistic for the audience to really feel it. So I appreciate that you do all that stuff, because cheesiness, no bueno. Yeah, it's rough.
One distraction, I think, like when you're watching a horror film, everything else can be wonderful, and then all of a sudden like one line is off and people are like, nope, I'm out.
Yep. Yeah. Takes you right out. Absolutely. So speaking